He's the East Anglian rock god who'd give Freddie Mercury a run for his money when it comes to showmanship. Blasting into the charts in 2003 in a haze of spandex and guitar solos, his band went on to become one of the biggest rock acts of the decade. But what are the songs that define him and make up his rock and roll life? Turn up the amp and crack out the hairspray as today we give Justin Hawkins permission to land.
What's it like wearing that catsuit? Louis Walsh? Guy is a fucking loser. You can beat somebody at tennis, but if you're playing with a frying pan, it's much more impressive, isn't it?
Justin.
Hiya.
Hello, don't be scared.
I'm not scared.
Now, welcome to the Orange Playlist.
Thanks.
It's lovely to have you here. I'm a big fan of you. I want to take you back into your past, though. Tell me what you were like as a boy.
Smaller, with shorter limbs, possibly a bit weirder.
What was it like growing up in Surrey?
I've only got one memory, and that was dropping a Mr. Man book on a zebra crossing and then running back. Nearly getting run over.
Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
School days. What was your school days like?
9 o'clock start, 3:30 finish, hour break in the middle. Not much in the way of a let-up. Double PE on a Wednesday morning. It's one of those situations where it wasn't just the kids who had forgotten their PE kit, it was everyone had to do it in pants and vest.
What about when you were growing up with your family? You're the oldest, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm the oldest of three. Yeah. A younger brother who's in a band with me now, who I never used to get on with as a child. A sister who I scarcely speak to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
She's a girl, I just don't know how to communicate with girls.
You doing all right now?
Yeah, it's going well so far.
What sort of music were you listening to as a child?
Well, the first record I ever bought was Joe Dolce's Shut Up Your Face. Just accordion with a little bit of banter, upbeat but with a message. A lot of people dismiss it as a novelty record, but for me it was really moving. As a 6-year-old, the only thing around that was in any way kind of as cool as that was Shaky.
Do you think that they had a lot of influence on your future sort of like choices as a musician?
Absolutely, we have a green door. You know, I'd saved up for him, you know, I'd heard the buzz. I think that what Joe Dolce did is kind of like he really brought rap into the mainstream.
Major influences as a kid, musically. You see where I'm going here? I'm trying to get you to talk about Aerosmith.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I loved Aerosmith, completely. I still love Aerosmith.
For what reason? What was it about Aerosmith?
Firstly, it was because nobody else liked them. Nobody at school knew of them. And I've had arguments with people as to who was best, Aerosmith or Prince. You know, and in fact, with the benefit of hindsight, Prince is a total genius, you know. And you can't have those kinds of arguments, really. It's like saying, what's best, blue or green? And the answer is green. Glamorous means something very different to glam. I think glam means high platform shoes and impending shooting.
Can't explain all the feelings that you're making me feel.
When did you get into the whole imagery, the glamour, the sort of the spandex?
It was when the band stopped trying to get signed, is when I started dressing up. We wanted to be sort of memorable for no reason other than the fact that we didn't give a fuck. It's like you can beat somebody at tennis, but if you're playing with a frying pan, it's much more impressive, isn't it?
You know all these reality shows? I don't know if you're aware of them, there's been a big one called The X Factor. Shane, who won, did a cover of your song. Did you see it?
The thing that I was most alarmed by wasn't his performance. It was actually the fact that the panel on the show endeavoured to slag off the song. And I think the Louis Walsh, he said, oh, I hated the Darkness's version, but you've made that yours, or something like that. And I was thinking, hang on a minute, you hated it so much that you had your protege sing it so as to improve his chances of winning the competition, and then went on to slag it off. The fact of the matter is, he didn't make it his own. I wrote that fucking song. The guy is a fucking loser. Actually, no, he's a winner. He's a cock.
So you were influenced by AC/DC. Your past track, it's a very big favourite of mine. It's Problem Child, yes. Why have you gone for this one?
Because I think that when you get into rock, at any point, you discover AC/DC. And there's so many different schools of thought as to which period of AC/DC you should be listening to. And everyone says, listen to the Bon years, you know, and educate yourself about rock, because he's just changed everything. And his lyrics, his bawdiness, his Scottishness, his shortness, his muscularity, his genes, and everything about that guy is total genius, total rock. And there's never been so much testosterone captured on one record ever. I think it most reminds me of is driving across America in a three-wheel car from New Jersey to San Francisco, and it was the glory run through, you know, Death Valley, the bit that might have killed you. You know, there's a big sign when you go into Death Valley saying it's extremely hot here, the most, you know, hottest temperatures ever recorded and stuff. So do bring some fluids. We chose beer. Could have died at any moment.
I can't get rid of you. Don't know what to do.
How did you get The Darkness formed?
My brothers used to do session work, you know, he was playing on Natalie Imbruglia music and stuff like that. And I was doing music for adverts. And they'd approach, say, T-Rex, and they'd say, can we use We Like to Boogie? And he'd go, I might be dead, but I'm not fucking desperate. You can't have that. And then they'd employ me to copy it to as near a degree as I could without them getting sued, which I did a lot. It all got a bit soul-destroying, and we decided to do it on our terms and not kind of, not just chase the dollar, as it were. We just wanted to sort of be in a band that had a following.
What was it that kept you going back in the day, when it was you lot in a transit van and it was hard and...
Crack.
You were not addicted to heroin?
No, take it or leave it. I just preferred it to food. I'm only kidding.
What was it, though, that kept you going? What was it, the determination? Did you see that the band was going to be successful?
No, never. No, didn't matter at all. If something's fun, you should do it, and if it's not fun anymore, you should stop, you know. I think that applies to anything. If you're a plumber and you're getting, you know, people phoning up saying, do you want to mend the radiator? The minute you go, not another radiator, that's when you should stop.
Permission to Land
Persimmon
was massive. What was it like for you, right in the middle of that?
We've been told all these things like, my God, these territories are so important to you. You must go there and speak to everyone. And so you go there and you go, what's it like wearing that cat shape? Every interview that you do when something goes massive, it's completely unexpected. It's like the research that they do is to look at your other interviews, and so then subsequently they ask you the same questions because that's all they know about you. So it became like Groundhog Day. What's it like wearing that cat shape? It wore a bit thin towards the end, didn't it?
We're going to be going into your present track now. It's a little bit of a curveball here, Justin. You've gone for the Sugar Babes. Mm-hmm. Which track?
I like Push the Button the best. I like the way their voices sound together, regardless of the lineup changes they've been through. And that song in particular I think is marvellous because it reminds me of ABBA. Something about the... There's some elements of classic songwriting in what they do. And they deliver it with the vibe of some people who are singing for the sake of singing rather than dancing around with headset mics going...
Now, the new album, To Hell and Back. A lot of the subjects that are on that album are about drug excess. Was that something that, as a band, you faced at that time?
No, we embraced. The first time I discovered Smack was when I was
It
like...
was not Smack you were on, was it?
Well, in the olden days, yeah.
Shut
but
up!
I graduated.
Stop it.
Stop asking them.
Have you stopped?
Well, why? Why should I? I mean, Smack's your friend.
Shut up, man, Justin. Shut up, man,
Stop
Justin.
asking about drugs then. I'm not going to give you a
Stop.
sensible answer. Well, I mean, if someone said to you, so, have you ever done any coke?
I haven't written songs about it, though, have I? You're going around writing songs about it. What are you going to be asked about it?
But the thing about songs is that it takes kind of investigating and sort of and finding out why people wrote those songs to justify it. But that's not what it's about. You know, you write a song and then people can relate to it, and it's kind of it actually destroys the myth to find out that ABBA that I loved, like those songs and the things that I could relate to, it actually became cheapened when I found out it was all about their divorces.
One day I will become the father of a son.
We are going to go into your future track now. What have you decided to go for, please, Justin?
The Ark doing Father of the Sun. It's a Scandinavian band that has not released any records in this country, and it's a travesty.
Tell me about this particular track. What is it about this track?
It's about gay adoption. And so I think the chorus goes...
No, is it?
Oh, it is, yeah. It's one day I will become the father of a son. And the middle eight goes, and I may be gay, but I can tell you straight away that I've become a better father than all of you. It's like some very camp men doing quality music that sort of establishes taboos and then breaks them. Open them!
That's them.
One day I will become the father of a son. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And I may be gay, but I can tell you straight away that I'll become a better father than all of you anyway. So listen.
You have had incidents, catsuit-wise, I believe, with them splitting.
What, your knackers hanging out?
Yeah. It's a bit embarrassing, though, isn't it? Is it true, though, you got them pierced?
Hmm?
You got them pierced?
My knackers?
Yeah. No, you didn't.
Can we stop for a bit?
Yeah. He's really pissed. We've got 2 more things to do. Don't get more drunk. Still to come on the Orange playlist, we delve a little deeper into the nether regions of Justin Hawkins' catsuit and pull out more rock jewels that make up the soundtrack to his life.
They're the ones that really don't give a fuck. They're the ones that take all the drugs, all the Craig connections, all that shit. We're fucking down with those guys.
To someone special and give us his all-time favourite song.
Like Van Halen meets Neil Diamond and ABBA in a think tank. Children should be seen and not beaten unless they speak. I prefer to use avenue lingo. Do you know what I mean? I keep it away from the street.
Give me a man after midnight. Want somebody help me chase the shadows away.
Are you quite shy?
No, I'm not shy, but you know, I don't especially enjoy sort of being spoken to. It's like I was brought up to, you know, in one of those households where children should be seen and not beaten unless they speak.
You are quite posh, aren't you? I was quite surprised by that.
The thing is, my father's a builder, you know, my mother's a cockney, you know, all the Craig connections, all that shit. We're fucking down with those guys. The fact is, I prefer to use avenue lingo. Do you know what I mean? I keep it away from the street.
So Justin, you're touring at the minute with Juliette Lewis, I believe. What's that like?
Yeah, she's efficient, you know, she's a small unit. She's quite diminutive and kind of a lot less imposing than I imagined she would be. I read an interview where she said the thing about films is that so many people at any point could make it all go wrong and then the film could never materialise, you know, from distributors down, producers, executive producers, director, waterman and towel distributor. Anything could go wrong at any point, but with music she feels that it's her kind of, you know, it's very easy for her to realise what she wants to get across, you know.
Did people do that celebrity thing?
When they sort of assume that they know something about you. Yeah, but it's usually not sort of music folk that do that, really. I think music folk are much more respectful about the way they approach other music folk. Like, you know Chris Cornell out of Audio Slave?
Yes.
You know, I saw him a mile off in the shallow end of the swimming pool with his kid. I was obviously doing the lengths, keep myself, had my goggles on, my little hat. I didn't expect him to recognise me at all, but then he saw the Justin tattoo on there. And there was this atmosphere where we both wanted to say hello, but it was kind of, there's no justification for just swimming over to someone and saying hello. You know, if you're in Crown Pools in Ipswich, you swim over to a random person and go, hey, I love the paper round that you're doing. It's good shit. You know, keep it up. £7.50 well earned. You know, expect a big tip from me at the end of the year. You know, just because you know something about what they do, it doesn't mean that it gives you an okay to sort of go and talk to them.
I'm going to take you into your dedication track now. We always ask people to dedicate a song to someone special in their lives, and what that track is.
Dedicating the song to Sue, my partner. It's Ramble On by Led Zeppelin, and she doesn't like the song. But it reminds me of when we first got together, because she's the manager of the band, and we weren't supposed to be together. It was actually not even an unspoken agreement. It was the very first thing that was verbally agreed by everybody in the band. You mustn't shag the manager. But you know me, I'm like you find a taboo, break that shit.
But I know about one thing I got to do. I ramble on. Another time is now. Sing my song. I'm going round the world. I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till the day. Ramble on. I'm the queen of all my dreams.
How influential are Led Zeppelin?
Queen were accused of ripping them off. Aerosmith accused of ripping off. Everyone's been accused of ripping them off. And when they're around, there's no one to accuse them of ripping off, because they're actually the first fundamental creators of the art form, really.
What was it, Justin, about John Bonham?
He's powerful, groovy, and always going to die. You can spot a great drummer a mile off, because it's the danger zone, you know. It's like, I think in a touring band, you see like different areas of the crew. You get the lighting people. They're the ones that really don't give a fuck. They're the ones that take all the drugs, and they're the ones that at any point could fall off a lighting rig and land on their heads, and then get up and sort of shake themselves down and go, where's catering? You know. And drummers are like that. Don't fuck with the Bonham.
It's going to make it years.
Bonzo.
You've got a solo project, haven't you? Tell me about British Whale.
A lot of them are songs that have been sitting around for a long time, and there's things that I've written for the band. They've gone, can we not do that? You know, just based on the fact that there's no way of sort of making it credible. I like to think it's because it's incredible, but the fact is, it's just not. There's nothing cool about it at all. It's like Van Halen meets Neil Diamond and ABBA in a think tank. At the end of the day, it will be just a curiosity item, but I think it'll be up there with the best curiosity items, you know.
Like what? Jill Dodge?
Well, like a Victorian laundry mangle or something, you know what I mean?
It's now time for your all-time favourite song, which I believe is an Aerosmith song.
It is an Aerosmith song. I want to choose You See Me Crying. It's got the most moving chord progression as an intro, and then suddenly this sort of little clarinet orchestra comes in. It sounds like the theme from Cheers. And then when he starts singing it, it's like, oh, God, he means it.
You see me cry, yeah. Say you're a ladies' man. You see me cry, yeah. So hard to understand.
The way Aerosmith used to do albums in the olden days, it was like 10 songs, 9 of them fucking, and then the 10th one, little cuddle at the end, just to show that you mean it. On that album you've got Sweet Emotion, which is Steven Tyler writing about Joe Perry's girlfriend and slagging her off. You know, over a funky bass line, big riff, and it's practically rapping. It's really edgy American material, and you can't say that about a lot of music.
Justin, You have been fabulous on the Orange Playlist. We have come to the end now. It has been the soundtrack to your life. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
It's only taken us 8 hours to get all the insights out there.
You've really liked it, though.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Nice watch.
That old thing. I wasn't revealing it so as to glean a compliment. But it is nice. Pimpin'.
Our thanks go again to our guest this week, the lovely Justin Hawkins. He's a tiger. Join me next week when I will have another special guest talking us through the soundtrack.